Shalom. Call hello Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right. So this is a quick lesson. I saw some strong words from my boy Skeletor over at what is it called? Survival. Full Spectrum. Your boy Skeletor. Scully. Scully bow and rag on the side. Let's get this real quick. Psalm 64 and 8. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Okay, they're snitching on each other right now. They're bringing up dirt, right, that really belongs to, but they're all Edomites, all right? All that see them shall flee away. Let's look at NIV. He will turn their own tongues against them and bring them to ruin. The Most High is turning their tongues against them. All who see them shall shake their heads in scorn. After you hear what this guy is about to say, you gotta bring it out. He said, you Americans got some nerve talking about we're waging a war of attrition or a scorched earth campaign and blah, blah, blah. You got to look at your and see this goes for people that claim to be in the truth as well. Okay, hey, before you get to and see this, what is America doing? America's running up on Russia. You're encircling Russia. Why? Because you have ill intent. Okay? And before you can try to say, well, Russia's the bad guy, you got to go look in the mirror. Because guess what? The Most High knows everything. And the Most High is using Vlad. Okay, we'll get that too. Lord willing. Okay? Their own tongues will ruin them. So this is Vlad. He's going to ruin who? Joe Biden, the king of Babylon. Whoever's in that office. All who see him will shake their heads in scorn. They are brought to ruin with their own tongues turned against them. All who see them will wag their heads, shake them. You niggas ain't nothing. They are brought to ruin with their own tongues turned against them. I read that. They will be made to stumble. Their own tongues turned against them. All who see will shake their head. Salakia. You get the point. Let's see if there's any more meat. All that saw them were troubled. Their own tongues have set them at naught. They will be destroyed by their own words. And their tongues against them are made weak. They tripped over their own. They tripping right now. And everyone who was watching ran away. Okay. Every looker on flees. Every looker on them flees away. Salakia. Will shudder. Ugh, you ain't shit. Let's see. Okay, good enough. Their own tongue shall ruin them. Their slander amongst each other will bring about their demise. Okay, Satan, if Satan be against Satan, his kingdom, okay, they got to consider that they're all Edomites. That's why you're running the world. That's where you got the Russian Empire. That's why you got the Babylonian Empire. All right, so let's watch Skeletor. Now listen to what this is about, Just listen, okay? You're going into Russia saying, or wagging their head and saying, what? You're calling me the bad guy? Russia? You got to go look in the mirror, dude. All right, here we go.
According to reports from a top Russian official threatening America, they are saying that a takeover of Alaska in the United States could be next, with the official suggesting that Russia could be interested in going after Alaska, which the United States purchased from Russia in the late 1800s. One of the country's House speakers stressed that the USA, as a country, should take heed of its actions, and it should hesitate when seizing and freezing Russian assets abroad, that the USA should remember that Alaska previously belonged to Russia. This is a quote. Let America always remember there is a part of Russian territory, Alaska, he said. So when they start trying to dispose of our resources abroad, before they do it, let them think. We also have something to be returned. Dmitry Medvedev, the deputy secretary of Russia's Security Council, takes things a little bit further and hints at another nuclear escalation. The idea to punish a country with the largest nuclear potential is absurd, he says. It potentially creates the threat to mankind's existence. He refers to Russia, which has more nuclear warheads than any other country, according to the Associated Press. Medvedev suggested that the United States of America has not but should be held accountable for several bloody encounters and territorial grabs itself, and that it would do well for the USA to not look at Russia before examining its own history. This is a quote. The entire U.S. history since the times of subjugation of the Native Indian population, according to the quote, represents a series of bloody wars. The U.S. and its useless stooges should remember the words of the Bible. Do not judge, and you will not be judged, so that the great day of his wrath doesn't come to their home one day. Now, that has a lot to be said, and I think that we are starting to see a little bit more of a religious backing to these international conflicts come to a visible head. And so when you have militaries who believe that they are acting on the behest of their God or of their deity or of a higher power,
the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
They are very fervent in their behavior, and they are very rock solid in their commitment to follow through with what they believe is the right thing to do. And when we have that sort of threat from Russia or from China or from North Korea or from Iran to bring out some sort of prophecy or biblical rendition of what the history was like and what the future should be like.
But man's goings are of the Lord. So it's appropriate.
We are entering into a very dangerous territory. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm not reading this in the same way that you are, and I think it's good that we check ourselves and kind of see what happens here. The threats come as Russia has turned a new page in the war planning. Russia's fighting groups have begun effectively coordinating, according to British intelligence assessments of the war that are released this week.
Okay, good enough on that one. So this was, what is today, the 9th or the 8th? Slovakia. Today's the 8th, so this is yesterday, and this is today. Your boy Skeletor. I do watch Skeletor regularly, so he's got good information. What can I do? You always got to do, yeah? I do. I'm letting their tongues fall upon themselves. Okay? Let's get that real quick. Let's get Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21 and 1. Why is Vlad hell bent on doing what he's doing? Or all the other kings of the king's heart, Proverbs 21 and 1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right? I like to go in and bring this one out, this different version, although I'm not supposed to use other, whatever. What is it? New. Good news. Good News Translation. The Lord controls the mind of a king as easily as he directs the course of a stream. Okay, and I like to point out that this is MK Supreme. Who's this? The Supreme Being. And this is Supreme Mind Control, or MK Supreme. What can you do? All right. What can you do? How can a man then understand? Man's goings, this is Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? What can you do? How can anyone understand their own way? A person's steps are directed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay? Generals, kings, generals, lieutenants, corporals, privates, okay, all the way down. All right? Master sergeants. All right, so you're only doing what the Most High got you doing. He puts it in your mind when you go to sleep. All right? Okay. So we watched that one. Let's watch this one. He's going to go back. He's going to reiterate what he said yesterday. All right, this is Full Spectrum Survival again, July 8th, 2022. Get underground. Government warning of a what? Nuclear ice age. Ice age meaning after the nukes drop, then what happens after that? And that ain't going to happen. It's going to be the kingdom of heaven. So let's watch this.
He says. In yesterday's video, we had Russian leaders quoting biblical text in a feverish reason to go to war with the United States of America. Anytime you give a military, a religious, or higher power reasoning for going to war.
Well, who gave it to it? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua gave it to it. Okay? From the top down. And these people, they don't understand that. This is all under the tutelage of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He's making everything you see going on right now. Even though this devil is trying to take credit for some things, okay? Right? He ain't doing nothing but the Most High got him doing. All right? Simple as that. Opening up a wormhole. Whatever's going on with CERN right now, the Most High want them demons here. Right? To jump on anybody who's susceptible to demons right now. All right? And a lot of you already are.
There's no more ways to deliberate. There's often no more discussion. If they believe that...
Let me go back on that. We can hear it in its context.
Biblical text in a feverish the Chechens. We desperately hope, he is quoted as saying, we will be given the opportunity to reach pivotal areas, I note, if necessary, and finish off the remnants of the terrorists who have once again escaped from the Chechen Republic.
Back to the Bible.
Later in the post, Kadyrov again requested permission for Chechen forces to move in and get even with our blood enemies, he says. In yesterday's video, we had Russian leaders quoting biblical text in a feverish reason to go to war with the United States of America. Anytime you give a military, a religious, or higher power reasoning for going to war, there's no more ways to deliberate. There's often no more discussion. If they believe that they are being drawn into a life or death, fight or die conflict because of a deity, because of a higher power, because of a universal reasoning,
And that's exactly it. Okay? And this wisdom is too high for a fool to understand that. All right? We clearly see what is going on. Watching the movie, got the popcorn out and the smoothie.
Going to follow through with that until they win, or ultimately, fatally, they lose. And so these types of wars and conflicts become very, very dangerous. It's different than two people of sound mind without convictions of that sort having a discussion, an argument, threats, even violence, a fight.
Threats, even. The devil doesn't have a sound mind. What are you talking about? The devil only can do what the devil was created to do: kill, steal, and destroy. That's what you do.
They're going to follow through with that until they win, or ultimately, fatally, they lose. And so these types of wars and conflicts become very, very dangerous. It's different than two people of sound mind without convictions of that sort having a discussion, an argument, threats, even violence, a fight, because they come out of it quicker. When you have religious conviction and you believe as an army, and your army believes that you are really doing what God is telling you to do.
Wait a minute. You hear this? I said, oh, I got to make a video. You're on point, Skeletor, and don't even know it. All right?
That conviction stays in the soul until the breath is no longer in the body, until the blood pours from the body. So it's a very dangerous time, and I think we're starting to see a larger sentiment take place here from Kadyrov, where he is saying that the Chechen Republic needs to get even with blood enemies in the conflict zone. He wrote that Chechnya has a desire to settle our scores with escaped Shiatins.
Okay, good enough. All right, so that's enough. I'm going to get one on the way out. What was I going to get? Oh, threats. Okay. These are threats. Why would you, basically, Medvedev said, why would you fuck with the nigga that got the most nukes? He said that. He said, that's real stupid. Let's get this Matthew. And I do this almost every day, but there's always something different to do it with. So that, and I like to unnerve the people that are becoming unnerved. Okay, this is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Isn't that what that is? They're over there fighting, threatening. First of all, Russia is fighting a war with the Ukraine and NATO and whoever else is over there. Okay, that's number one. So we are hearing of wars, and they're saying, hey, why would you fuck with somebody who's got more nukes than you? Okay, don't you know that it only take 4 nukes to wipe you guys out? That's the kind of language that's being used right now. This is how close we are to our deliverance. Okay? You shall hear of wars, definitely doing that. And rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, so we got some stuff to go through. Let's examine this, because I want to get threats right here. NLT. And you will hear of wars and threats of wars. Hey, I got more nukes than you. You stupid. Why would you mess with somebody that got more nukes than you? That's an open threat. But guess what? Don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. We still got some trooping to do. All right? Let's see. So we got rumors, threats. We got battle. We got reports. This is a report. Threats of wars. And the news of battles far away. This is a good news translation. You are going to hear the noise of battles close by and the news of battles far away, but do not be troubled. And in the news. All right, that was the brother from is it North Carolina? Where's he from? All right, so that's good. I'll end it right here. All right, so yeah, it's a holy war. All right. So with that, we hope that the lecture edified you brothers and few sisters. With that, we're gonna say shalom.